What up? You know what I realized? I'm sitting here, leaving work. I ate some food. And I was thinking, I'm not in the greatest of moods, but I'm not also in the shittiest of moods. And maybe I just don't know what normal feels like. It's like I was, for a long time, most of my life, I was either like on an extreme high or an extreme low. And like either shit was like terrible or it was like really good. And I always feel like I need to be on one side of the spectrum or something's wrong, And normal can feel like something's wrong. Because like when I really think about it, nothing's really terrible. Sure, my bills are behind, and but I got a job, right? And in my job, I don't make the same amount all the time, so that's all going to work out. And I've put in practice of trusting that everything's going to work out. So I'm not really tripping too much on that. I know it's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out, right? It may not be fine, but it's all going to work out. My place ain't going to get taken. I'm going to make sure the bills don't get, shit doesn't get shut off. I'm on the edge, but it's all good. I'll figure that out. And on the other side of things, I'm not extremely excited or extremely happy. And sometimes I feel like that's normal. I got to feel really good, be in love or fucking just be feel at the highest of points, but not on drugs. And I want that to be normal. And the bottom line is that can't be normal. Always good and always dopamine high. That can't be normal either. I want it to be normal because I have to live in the extreme. So if I'm not all the way dopamine 1,000%, whether it's a person, place, or thing, then I feel like I'm crashing. And really yesterday, the Just for Today was about loneliness. And I really had to think about that a lot. I know a year ago I had my view on it, and as the years progress, hopefully, I'm not getting loaded and shit, and that view does progress. Can I be good in my own skin by myself and not have to feel like I need a person, place, or thing? Because I know what happens when I don't have it. I'm scrolling through my phone, and I noticed yesterday, scrolling through my phone, it was more of a distraction, and the distraction sucked. When I go through my feed now, it's all AI. I don't trust any of them videos. I don't trust any of the shark videos, any of the animal videos, any of the movie videos that are coming out. So I've resorted to reading the Bible and prayer and exercises and what to eat, and I kind of been on this boycott of not being super healthy, but it's almost I gave up. Today I ate a cookie, and then I went and ate a fucking burger, and and maybe I'm just giving myself a little break from the fucking fasting and the fucking all protein and whatever. I'm not saying that I gotta revert back to how I used to be, but I have this fear that I'm just gonna be fat again, and if I don't watch out, I could be. But I do a pretty good job of taking care of myself, and it's just that extreme, and yeah, I'm sitting here thinking what the fuck does normal feel like? Because I tell myself I don't want to be normal, and I'm not normal, But at the same time, like, normal can be just the break. You know, I see, like, the world, like the baseball thing is going on, and, you know, like, I see people, like, really stressed about it. You know, I don't feel like that. And I don't think I'm too worried about, like, something like setting me off to get loaded, so I'm not worried about that. Maybe normal just happens to be that middle ground where it doesn't have to be all extreme, and it, you know, on one side or the other, and it can just be like I'm living and you know, I almost said enjoying life. Life doesn't necessarily have to be something I enjoy all the fucking time either. So I resort to, like, gratitudes, and, like, you know, these last couple of days I've been communicating with Lainey about gratitudes and what we're grateful for, and, you know, that feels good. And yeah, like, how long can I live in normal before I need extreme is really the question. Like, and I don't want to get stuck where, like, I don't know, maybe normal feels like stagnant. Like, I don't want to get stagnant. I remember for a long time, like, I kept saying, fuck, I'm a robot. I just go to work, I come home, I take care of kids, and then I fucking go back to work. And then on my days off, I just watch fucking TV or sports or some bullshit. And I don't want to live that way anymore, you know? Like, life is precious, and I don't have a lot of time left in the big picture of things. But really, like, none of us have, like, a lot of time left. Depends on how long. You know, like, I sit here and I'm like, damn, man, my age. But I think, like, what I did is I put myself to, like, the extreme of, like, go, go, go. And so I know I can do that. And I know that, like, I'm in a season right now of my life, in this holiday season, where it's you know, like, it's gonna be madness, you know, if I make it madness. So maybe it's good to appreciate, like, the still waters. Maybe I have to really look at that. Like, how long can I watch the still waters without needing anything, and just be content and be able to sit still and be calm and not have to resort to, like, where you came from or where I'm going. And maybe it just needs to be like, okay, everything is all good, even the bad. I don't have to go home. Yeah, I'm not going to get in a fight with somebody. I lived like that for a long time. I don't have to worry about getting loaded. It's like, fuck, man. For the last little over a year, I've been acting like I'm going to die here soon. And so I've really been pushing hard, you know, as if, like, there's going to be some form of regret when it does happen, that I'm going to look back and be like, fuck, man, I didn't push hard enough. I haven't even thought about, like, fuck, man, you pushed way too hard. That's like future tripping, right? They talk about that, like, don't future trip. It's all the fucking shit they say don't do that, like, I just constantly do. I either future trip, or I'm tripping on the past, or I'm just tripping. Like, how do I live normal? And what does normal mean to me? Like, do I always have to go to gratitude so I don't feel like shit? And what does feeling like shit really feel like? Why can't I just sit and smile because there's nothing going on? I was eating, and I was listening to these two guys talk. They're talking about AI. That seems to be the topic of discussion for a lot of people, I notice when I'm sitting there listening. And they're a lot older. And I just thought to myself that these two guys are normal. They're having a couple beers. They're not overdoing it. They seem to have lived a good life, but I don't know. I get in a place where, like, I don't know anybody in there. I get uncomfortable. When am I going to be comfortable? I think it just goes back to, like, caring about what people think. The good news is, like, I didn't go in there worrying about what he thought of me and she thought of me. I really didn't feel like I was the center of attention. So I definitely have come a long way, because that was stressful to do that. And I don't feel stressed to the max. And maybe that's another thing. Like, I've lived for so long stressed to the fucking max, about whether it was drugs or people or all that. Like, now that I haven't really, like, right now that I'm not feeling like that, it almost feels like it's empty. And then it's like almost like I'm sad. Like, I prayed to not feel that stressed anymore, and I'm not that stressed anymore. So maybe it's, like, I just need to, like, feel like this over and over again, and not be like, okay, I need to go do this, I need to go do that, so I can not feel, at peace. Finding peace and normalcy is probably the goal here, and being able to identify it. Like, what am I feeling right now? Am I feeling sad? No. Am I angry? No. So what am I feeling right now? Do I feel like I'm wanting? No. And the last couple of days I've been praying to, like, not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. My higher power has got me. I don't need the things that I want. If your higher power is different. And I continuously prayed to not want. And so I've been so addicted to wanting people, places, and things that I'm praying to not want that. And so I think I just felt a little out of place. Well, I don't even know what the word is. Is it discontented? No. I don't know. And I'm not saying, like, I don't want. Like, I'm not saying, like, want is out of my life. Of course I want. I want a good relationship. I want to laugh. I want cuddles. I want hugs. I want to, I want all that stuff. But when I sit down and I'm like, I don't have it. Like, I don't have it. And at what cost do I need? Like, what am I willing to give up to have it? The other day I was thinking to myself, maybe I just need to pray, right? Maybe I just need to pray for, and I haven't done that. Like, I haven't prayed for that. And asking myself, like, what are you willing to give up to have what you want? Like, what needs that you have are you willing to give up to have it? And I'm not saying that, like, you have to give up shit to have it. But it sure feels like it. Like, Do I have to give up time with my kids? Do I have to give up time at my work? Do I have to give up time in my headspace? You got to give up something. I'm learning that. I learned that the hard way recently. There's some things I need to give up in order to have some of the things that I want. And those things I needed to get to where I'm at today. But I take those things in such extremes. Fucking a meeting every single day was needed for 90 days. That's why they say 90 and 90. Not a meeting for fucking 5 years straight. You know, because like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I need to get to the 2-year marker. I'm not as aggressive as I was for the 1-year marker, but I need to get to that 2-year marker. Because that's where I was, and I want to get past that. That, like, I put walls up, but there's things that I need that, like, a wall has gotten in the way of it. And is it something I need or something I want? Like, what I really need is to be able to be comfortable. I'm not going to say alone, but comfortable to where I don't feel lonely. Because when I feel lonely, what I do is I start letting my will, that bad part of my will, you know, take over. And then all of a sudden, I'm like in cruise control on character defects. You know, and I know what to do when I'm acting out on character defects, you know, make the amends and all that. But if I keep acting on them and I have to constantly make amends, then it's like those amends mean nothing to people if, like, every day the day starts with me making amends, because I know I need to make those amends. So I'm getting into the habit of being able to make the amends. But how often did I say I'm sorry after getting loaded? Always. So how do I stop acting on character defects so I don't have to constantly make amends to people? Well, if I think back to some of the things that have happened this year, like, I haven't had to say sorry to my boss for acting like a shithead for a while. I just stopped acting like a shithead. So in the areas of my life where I'm constantly making amends, I have to focus on that and realize that, okay, I've got some real bad behaviors that aren't drugs, but they're bad behaviors. By the way I talk or the things I'm doing, and like, I still haven't gotten to the root and the core of why I'm doing these things. And usually the character defects are based on fear, anger, or resentment, from what I've been learning. So when I'm acting out on any of those three things, it's because I'm self-centered. So it's me. And so I gotta really focus on, like, personal boundaries within myself. Like, what will I not do? Where will I not go? You know, and I'm learning. I'm getting there. It took me to get to this point to get there. You know, and then I gotta call myself out, like, on this, instead of it just being a check-in. And just figure it out, man. I feel lost. Like, I have direction, but I feel lost. Like, I just want to be fucking happy. Like, I just want to, like, I want to laugh. I don't want to be so fucking serious all the time. It's like life or death, you know? Like, it's not. It doesn't have to be life or death. It doesn't have to always be black or white. There's got to be some gray lines to live in that, you know, maybe that's where the fun is. I'm trying to find fun. And it just seems like the grind is what sounds fun, but it's not. just trying to figure it out. And I don't feel like going to a meeting tonight, so I'm not going to go. So I needed to share. Because I really need to scale back so many meetings. It's taken away some other things, you know. And it's not like if I don't make the meeting tonight, I'm going to get loaded. It doesn't mean like don't make a meeting all week. But there's got to be time where I'm in my own head and I can figure, some things out. And then if I just start acting out, I know where to go. So I don't know. I'm just exhausted. Always exhausted. It's because I'm always on the go. I want to be able to like not distract myself and just be chill. That needs to be like the theme. How do I not distract myself and just be chill? Not search. Not want. Just be like, you know? That's what I want. So maybe I just need to focus on that.